Afternoon. New potting bench, little mini one. Just knocked it up this morning. Just going to use this for doing seed cuttings. I don't need a lot of soil on there. It's only small, but after I built it, I did think perhaps I ought to have showed you what I did. It's pretty basic.
Yes, Gary.
I know. Yeah, I got carried away. I thought new potting bench. Anyway, it's on a Danish trolley. These are Danish trolleys, so I can move it around in my garage workshop here. It's a little cool in the podding shed today, so we thought we'd try a new venue. So, Primulas. Primula vulgaris, Primula japonica, Primula cuensis. Lots of Primula. Our seed comes from a company called Barnhaven in France. Been buying from them now for 12 years.
A lot of years.
Yeah, 12 or 13 years on and off. But certainly this year is a big order I put in with them, and they're really, really good. The seed is really good quality. The service is really good. Basically, there's not a lot there's nothing I can fault them about. So Jodie is our point of contact there, and she's been really, really helpful. Obviously, with our postal strike, it's been a bit of a challenge this year getting the seed, but we did it via courier in the end, and everything got here fine. So we're going to sow some today. There is also a really good book. It's called The Plant Lover's Guide to Primula. If you're looking for a really, really good guide, and again, Jodie Mitchell, she's one of the co-writers on this. But yeah, it's got a lot of good material in it, a lot of color, if I can show you, a lot of color plates, a lot of color pictures, pretty well all the Primula you'd ever want to grow. Now we are growing a big selection here. Now we'll show you in the tunnel some of the seedlings I had from last year. But yeah, really, really good book. Like I said, really good company. Let's get on and sow some Primula seeds. So, I like these little seed trays. Unfortunately, I buy them from Amazon. Yeah, I know. Not my father is. Yeah, anyway.
They're just not easy to get hold of.
No, these little tiny ones aren't. So they come, actually, if I can show you, they come with no hose in them. So you've got to make some hose. And they also come with, I haven't got them here. They come with the lids.
Yep, they're right here.
Oh, so they come actually with these little plug tray things, which do actually have hose in. So they drop in there. And then they have a lid, which you can put on the top. And it's got a little whirly thing on the top, which you press in. Hang on, let's do one then while we're at it. So it's got to go that way down. So you just press it in, and then you can just
open or close the hole.
Open or close. Let a little bit of ventilation in if you want. These things don't need them. Don't need them. Piece of crap.
You just want the tray.
I just want this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this bit with hose. This one and this bit.
Right, so you've got to make the holes.
So you must make the hose, yes.
So you just use a drill?
I use a drill because you be careful when you're making hose in plastic, whether it's these or any other plastic, they do split. So I like to use a drill and use it very, very slow. So anyway, enough of that. Primula. Compost. This is it's over there. This is the one I'm using for the Primula anyway. So shows you what it is. It's got a nice lot of natural wood fiber in it, very fine. And the Primula like that. They like free draining as well. So I'm using this as a standard mix. No fertilizer in it. Do not put any fertilizer of any kind with any Primula when you're sowing them. They just really do not like it at all. And then I add gravel. So I add about 25% gravel to whatever quantity I have comes out of here. Seed tray, as usual, compost, and you can see actually, I'll show you, you can see all the fibre in it. All these little bits of fibre. Perlite is the white, and then I've added the gravel. So, fill up your tray, as usual, nothing different. Fill it to the top, a little tap down. Now, with these, so they come in these Label already done. I've written all the labels.
you good boy.
I know, didn't put any dates on them.
No, of course not.
No, why would I? So we have Primula, Polyantha, Paris. It's a white and sort of mauve blue striped. Really nice. So now I've got into that. This is the seed.
No, show it to that.
Oh,
Thank you.
there. Now, these little bags keep it really fresh. So what I tend to do with these guys is try and open the bag up, and I do actually tip them out onto my hand. So what I'm going to do with this seed tray is I'm going to split this up, and I'm probably going to split this up into 3 for these guys. So I'll put them in there. And then it's just as per normal. If you can grab them with your finger, you won't see these drop. These
I'll just take your word for it. They're going on.
they're going somewhere in the compost. Not exactly sure where, but I can assure you they are going into the compost. Eventually, I managed to get sown in one tray these 3. So they're all Polyantha crosses. So I try and keep them the same. I try and keep this Polyanthas all together, and then I keep the Vulgaris together, and then I would keep the Subodii together if I'm going to mix trays like I am doing. So they're all sown. Most of the text you read says do not cover Primula seed. And I agree with that, definitely, but I still like to cover them. Now, I've always used gravel in the past, and I've also used vermiculite. So I'm going to go back, and we're going to go back to the vermiculite. And barely going to cover them. It's just a very, very thin layer. And it's not even, I suppose it's not even a layer. So it's literally just I suppose I'm just bedding them in a little bit. That's all I'm doing. I say I'm not covering them. I'm just bedding them in. That's what I like to call it anyway. And that's pretty well it. I'm not going to put any more than that on there. I am going to use these domes. When I water, these will not be watered from the top. They will be stood in a tray of water until they soak up enough and then the surface goes wet. Then I will put them somewhere to drain, and then I've got to find a spot for them. Now, one of the biggest fails with Primula I found is getting them too warm. I like doing them now. Our temperature is much, much cooler. The ideal is don't let them get anything above 65 degrees. If you do that, you're going to have really poor germination. Keep them cool. 12, 14 degrees, whatever that is. What's that in converted? I don't know.
No clue, Gary.
No way. These are going to go under the bench, and I'll show you where I'm going to put them. They're going to go under the bench, and they're going to be kept cool. I'm not going to let them freeze. Not solid. If they get a little bit of frost, if they get a little bit of -1, -2, -3, that's fine. Now, they're going to take a while. They could take 6-8 weeks to germinate. But again, even when they germinate, keep them cool. As soon as they germinate, take this cover off and try and give them a little bit of airflow. Hello. It's a Rottweiler. It's Tebow. Yeah. You old fart. So we're going to make a trip out to the Polytunnel now. I'm not going to put these out. I'll get them all out in place. I'll get these sown this afternoon. I'll get them all out. I'll get them all watered, and then I'll show you where they're all going. And they're going to spend the next probably couple months there. But as I say, typically I would really good germination on this. But the secret, do not let them get too warm. And definitely do not put them on bottom heat. You'll get very, very poor germination, if any. Cool is the secret. And the cool is the secret really for growing Primula, full stop.
I was going to say, is this the same for every single Primula that you sow?
I have yet to find a Primula that likes the heat.
Right.
From sowing, even growing. Once I grow them on, they prefer it cool. The Primula that we have out there have picked up really well since the weather cooled off. They did not like this summer at all. They certainly didn't like the move. Because, obviously they weren't in an ideal position. They were getting hot. They were getting a lot of sun. They were getting too much sun. And they got pretty warm. So, no, they like it cool. So, bear that in mind when you're growing and where you plant them out to. Underneath shrubs, underneath trees, out of the full sun. Oh, you're videoing, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're making a bit of progress in here. I'm making a bit of progress in here. Got the water tank in behind Julie. If she turns around. So that one's nice. That one's full up now. And we've got all the plants in. Julie came out yesterday, gave me a hand, and we now have everything in here. And we don't have a lot of room left.
Very little room
Which is going to be a bit of an issue come the spring when I have more plant material coming in. So all the Jack maples are in. 3 rhododendrons are in.
Yeah.
Yep, they're all in. Bit of space underneath them to squeeze a few plants. The cold frame here on the right is going to have all the Hepatica seed, japonica seed going in there for the winter. And then in this frame, it's mostly Primula. Now all of these, again, all the seed would have come from Barnhaven. I'll have to get down on my hands and knees because I'm not sure what it is. So what do we have here then? So this coronation cowslip. So it's a nice yellow and orange cowslip. And again, this seed was sown a little late actually. This was sown probably February, March of this year. But yeah, they've made really nice plants. These will be potted up now for sale for next spring. Really nice root system on them. So that's coronation. I know these are just straight yellow cowslips. Again, they're not done bad considering what we've put them through. And then we have a mix of all sorts. If I can reach over, what do we have here? Some mixed Julianas, some Primula auricula at the very back there. Again, they struggled. They were put out when they weren't very well looked after because of the move. And then I have, stay on my knees, it's easier. Hepatica, again, went through a bit of a rough time. More Primula auricula here in front. And then what do we have here then? Oh, there we go. Mixed Julianas again.
And a little flower.
And a little white flower, yep. Out of season. These were actually some that I dug from Meadowview Gardens and potted up. So they're looking a little ratty, but they will be fine. And that's straight vulgaris, which is just native English primroses. So they'll be fine. And then here, so we have a vulgaris, a deep pink. And then just licorice all sorts, literally. Some of this stuff's labelled, some isn't. That's a primrose there. What is that one say?
Gary. Not all labelled.
That's a pink and yellow. Because this is all from seed. And I can buy mixed seed from Barnhaven. And as it is, it's mixed. So unless we physically label it when it's flowering, we don't know what it is. Here's a bit of slug damage again, but these will be fine. These will all be cut back and then they'll reshoot again, so I'm not worried about that. Ideally it wouldn't be on there. And then this one's actually got some seed germinating in the bottom. A couple little seedlings there, so that would have flowered last in the spring. Drop the seed into the pot, away you go. So yeah, that's and then a few more Hepatica on the very end. And then what do we have? Oh, back in here, more Hepatica. These were Hepatica seedlings from last year. These, again, pretty rough this year for them, but look at the flower buds on that. Really nice, big, fat. Yeah, that's a pink. See what other ones we got here. Oh, there's another one. Another whopping great flower bud on them. And these, although the foliage doesn't look very special, these have only been on this bench for what, 10 days? They've actually now, since I bought them in here, they've got a little bit of root activity. Now, typically, Hepatica will put on fresh roots at this time of year. So, although the foliage looks pretty crappy, and that was due to the hot weather we had this year. And then if Julie goes back up a bit further, more Hepatica. These are all stock plants. But again, huge amounts of, that one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flower buds on it. And then that's going to be a deep pink with a circle.
Okay.
I know what it means.
No, that's good then.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, everything's looking pretty good. There's another one. Look at those size of those flower buds already at this time of year.
You can tell a gardener is a gardener when he gets excited about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
flower bud.
small purple. And again, all this is from seed, so I have to label it when it flowers. That I know is a blue. If it doesn't have a label on Hepatica wise, it's a blue. And then here, oh yeah, there we are. If you can see the buds. You see them? Oh yeah.
There we are.
These are hardy orchids. So, not grown them before. Managed to get some roots from somebody. So these are been potted up, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. So yeah, so that's a bit of a follow-up, bit of a catch-up. It's all in here. Now I've just got it all straightened out. But until next time, I can't even remember if I've said that before. No, I have. Apparently I have.
I know you haven't.
No, I haven't.
Oh my God.
What, so I got to say it again?
You must be you really are getting old.
Well, look, there's
Gary.
like about 4 or 5 pieces to each video. How the hell am I supposed to remember what I've said and what I haven't said?
Well, think of me trying to edit all this stuff.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah, just chop
Chop it all off. Yeah. Until next week.
And so we're not going to explain about the tunnel and
What about
the
it?
inflating of it.
I thought we'd done that.
No, we haven't.
Oh, we
done
did.
that.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I got to do that then. So apparently we inflated the tunnel. No, we did shoot some time lapse. I don't think it showed up very well. So it's fully inflated now. It's got a. I wasn't going to say so, but I thought I put it on too tight. But I hadn't, because you can't tell. But I got about 6 to 8. I can't push this to touch the outer skin. So it's about 6 or 8 inches of inflated here. And it has gone really nice and tight. You can see it bellowing in between the hoops if Julie gets in without falling over.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has inflated very well. I've got a jumper on.
I see that, Gary. It's nice green
one.
It's
Yeah,
lovely.
no, I know. Yeah, I was going to say that and you beat me to it. Is it a jumper or is it a pullover?
Oh, or sweater.
No, it's a pullover because you put it over your head.
Right.
So I have a jumper on this one. So we have the air obviously coming from the main body into the end. And again, this is inflated really well. And same on this side as well. So the fan stays on all the time. Doesn't get switched off. And then I've just got the top end to finish off. And then I'll get a vent cut in that. I have a fan in here running at the moment, just to get a little bit of air movement, certainly on this center bench. Oh, you didn't show down this side of the bench.
Well, we did kind of walk down here.
Well, yeah, but you didn't stop. You just zoomed past.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at these lovely cyclamen.
Cyclamen, yeah. Seedlings
Beautiful.
all looking really nice. And then a whole bunch of cyclamen. Now, the cyclamen, typically the cyclamen coombe have the rounded leaf. The hedropholium have the more pointed leaf. So hedropholium, hedropholium, hedropholium. And then the hedropholium are flowering in the fall. The cyclamen will be flowering starting soon. So looking in here.
Hold on a minute. You said cyclamen.
Sorry, cyclamen coombe
Thank you.
will be flowering soon, because if you look here, you get all those little flower buds.
Pink.
That's a pink. You can see, oh, there's another one. That's a deep pink. Oh, there's a nice one there. Look at the color. Look how deep. Shut up. Nice leaf, but look at the color of that.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, so they're all mixed. I will have a few of these for sale at various places, but not a lot, because obviously I don't have a lot of stock at the moment. And then rhodohypoxis at the end, and then perhaps Julie will stick a...
Oh, look, they look lovely.
Yeah, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look really nice. They've dried off nice now. They'll go to sleep now for the winter. Perhaps Julie will put up a picture just to show you what the rhodohypoxis is. But these have to be kept frost-free. They cannot freeze. It's a South African native flower. And then further down, a few odds and sods, bits and pieces. Some bulb flowering narcissus. Narcissus. I don't know. Take your pick. So yeah, and then a mess at the end here because I haven't quite finished.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if there wasn't a mess somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I got to make a mess somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So until next week, please like and subscribe. And what are we doing next week?
I don't know.
Oh, I got another tree. I got another tree to cut down. So that's always fun.
Yeah.
That's the start of the actual preparation for the ornamental and the vegetable garden to get this big ash tree down. Because obviously we can't do that once we start planning things. So that's for next week. And I don't know what else we're doing yet. Don't know. No, I don't know. But the tree's coming down. So that'll be next week's video. And I'm sure we can find some more stuff to throw in amongst it as well. Oh, there's more seed coming.
Of course there is.
Yeah, sweet peas. Ooh. Sweet peas. Yes. So sweet peas. They'll be coming soon. Anyway, until then, thank you very much. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.